At Light Skin Television, we cover everything: the good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the sexy, and the nasty. Wartown Battles, headed by owner, Clone, Wartown Battle League. With everything that Clone is going through, he still boots to the ground on maintaining his integrity as a league owner, and he's doing his due diligence from an event that happened roughly 8 months ago last year, around the same time that Cassidy didn't show up for the final Bullpen Battle League event, in which Clone was also battling in a great matchup versus Twork. In any event, Wartown Battles puts out this notice to the battle rap community and the public, and directly to Av, top tier battle rapper Av, whose recent battle coming up at the end of the summer on TBL has been quote unquote blocked or canceled because of Smack URL standing on business and enforcing that this battle does not go down. Well, a similar thing happened 8 months ago at the biggest event that Clone ever threw for Wartown Battle League. On this card were a bunch of top tiers versus a bunch of loyal battle rappers from his roster that have been around for years, holding him down. Some even held him down while he was locked up in jail. Held his league down, still battled on the league, and when he came back, helped the league flourish to what it is now, a well-known mid-tier league. Respectfully. Some of the matchups were Charlie Clips versus Clone himself in the main event. One of his warriors, E&B versus New Jersey Twork. Dub, who's been around for years, a mainstay in Houston, Texas, as well as Georgia, versus Av. This would have been Dub's biggest opponent ever, E&B's biggest opponent ever, and potentially at that time, between Twork and Clips, Clone's biggest opponent ever. Sniper's biggest opponent, B Magic, made it to the event. Shout out to Biller from Hip Hop Is Real. He drove him 3.5 hours in a traffic jam in Atlanta all the way down to the middle of Georgia to make sure he made the event at least. Just B versus Young Riddick was a great battle. That was one of Just B's roughest opponents ever. Muggy versus Notes. Muggy had a long day with Notes, one of his best opponents. Professor X and Blade Montana did not go down as far as I remember. Lockhart versus Hustle. Hustle did not show up either from Bash Money, and Dollar Bill didn't show up either versus Travis. So altogether, you had Bash Money didn't show up to the event, which is Dollar Bill and Hustle. New Jersey Twork, no call, no show. Av, no call, no show. John the Don drove Charlie Clips down there 3 hours to make sure he showed. Clips showed. B Magic showed. Av did not show up. New Jersey Twork did not show up for the battle. I don't know what the reasoning was. I never heard the reasoning, but they weren't there. But I also knew they had major battles at the same time. I know Av did. I don't know why Dollar Bill and Hustle didn't make it, but they didn't make it. So it was 4 very upset members on the roster. 3 of them have been there for a decade or close to a decade. And within the inner workings, a lot of things didn't go right. Some things went left as far as the reasoning and I don't know the inner workings, but I'll just say 3 or 4 of the Wartown roster walked out at that point, gave their letter of resignation. They were respectful about it. went about their way and decided to further their careers free agents elsewhere. Few of them being related to Studio Gang. They moved on. At the same time, Clone, within 48 hours, named F. Dot, big part of battle rap media. She stepped in and became the A&R / manager of the company, Wartown Battles. So Wartown Battle League is headed up by F. Dot. They had some tryouts for battle rappers to join the roster. Now they have a roster of, I believe, about 20 or more. So they retooled, restructure, and rebuild the whole foundation of the Battle League. Some of the battle rappers that have been here for years have stayed. Some of them were in the intake process of RBE. They stuck around, and they're still there. So Wartown is still strong despite the fiasco from last October and everything that transpired at that time and afterwards. Clone has moved on as a battle rapper and a league owner. But that day, Dub might have been the most visibly upset at the battle. I know that for a fact. Doug felt very slighted from the whole situation, as did other MCs that didn't battle that day. We even had a situation where Dub, who had on a hoodie, was kind of built like New Jersey Twork as far as height and weight. He got on the live stream and put the hoodie kind of down over his face. A lot of people thought it was Twork battling EMB. So EMB still got his round off. And from the material that EMB had displayed that day, it could have been a possible debatable or win over Twork, depending on which Tworks still, came to work. No pun intended in that one rounder. So he did get his bars off. The rest of them didn't get their bars off. Travis SOA was visibly upset, but Dub was the most upset, and his opponent was Av. And as far as Dub's concerned, he didn't get a good enough excuse, and he just felt very slighted, and he left the league, basically. Now, Clone, with everything that Avs was going through, with this situation, I guess he felt it's time, while the iron's hot, to strike right now on Av. Clone has put out the following statement. At Av and New Jersey Twork, this will be our final time reaching out. If deposits are not sent back within 30 days of this notice, we will proceed by seeking the following: compensatory damages, consequential damages, incidental damages. Does this mean that Clone and his company are going the legal route? Will lawyers be involved? Will this matter have to be dragged to court? Could there be a settlement? Or could it even be capped? Maybe he doesn't follow through. Maybe he can't follow through. Do both of the battle rappers dub him? Do they work it out as brothers? Or do they have no respect for him at this point because of the situations he's been through, and they're ignoring it? Are they respecting it? Are they laughing at it? One way or another, it's been 8 months. We don't know if any compensation is coming through. I'm assuming they got their front end. I know they didn't get their back end. But and I know they didn't get their top price either. Of course, they got, a discount rate, but they in any event, allegedly a good amount of money was sent to both of them. They didn't show up to the event. They didn't reschedule any events, and they never battled on that platform before. And it looks like they probably won't ever battle on that platform again in the foreseeable future, from what we can tell. I'm not sure. I'm just reporting the news. Situation doesn't look beautiful at all. I don't know where they go from here. What do you all think? What should transpire? What should happen? Who should stand on business? Should they have a conversation? Should Clone be ignored altogether? How will this turn out? Only time can tell. Only time will tell. The situation did not turn out well, is not turning out well. And Clone making this move right here, he's standing on business, but where we stand right now, this all seems like nasty work. Light skin television.